Welcome. I wanted to leave another short teaching snippet for you. And this one is about using just everyday occurrences as opportunities for practice so that we're not just imagining, there's going to be the special meditation time when I'm doing the practice, and the rest of the time, just letting the mind do whatever it wants, so to speak, and going with my usual habits. So this would be just kind of everyday activity. Maybe you're making coffee or something else in the kitchen, for example. Not necessarily what we're talking about here is when there's maybe something particular that you're stressed about. That you might want to use the Rome practice. So that's another video you could look at. So this would be maybe for, just kind of every day, not particularly worried about anything, not particularly stressed, just kind of every day. And you remember while making the coffee or something like that, that this could be an opportunity for practice. So what you're invited to do when you remember that, and you say, oh, that's right, I could do this integrated mindfulness practice, is to actually notice what the conditioned mind, the patterns of thinking and emotion that are present, that they exist and what they're doing. So just prior to remembering, we're really likely to be, maybe we're not totally out to lunch, we're kind of a little bit mindful, but we're likely to be completely identified as the thinker of the thoughts, the person who's feeling the emotions. And so we can just use this opportunity to, kind of like a fish can't feel the water or doesn't know the water because it's totally in it. We can actually step to the side and notice what the mind and heart are doing. Okay, so just getting a real feel, visceral feel for this whole kind of patterning, emotions, whatever's there. We actually are not then going to do something with it. Although you may notice, so for example, let's say you realize that you're rushing through making the coffee. And there's no reason, it's just a habit. You're just rushing to do the next thing. And when you notice that, there may be this sense that, what's wrong with me? I'm rushing to make the coffee and I don't really even need to. And so now I need to fix that. I need to kind of fix my personality. That's not what we're doing with this, right? So if that happens, you notice you're dreading opening the refrigerator or taking out the garbage, or you're rushing to finish the coffee, you may feel that this sense, now you're mindful of that, there may be this sense of, oh, what's wrong with me? I need to fix that. I should relax. I shouldn't be rushing. Okay. That's just more of the same conditioned mind. So it's an interesting trap we can fall into, just tumble forward. The mind manages to change the subject, but through sleight of hand, it's actually still in the driver's seat. Okay. So if we notice that, oh, yep, I was dreading taking out the garbage, and now I'm thinking I need to stop dreading things like that. That's silly, and I need to fix myself. See if you could just notice that's really more of the same. That really is just more patterns of thinking and emotions, and you don't need to fix them. And get a feel like, so you're really stepping a little bit wider into this awake intuitive awareness and getting a kind of visceral sense for what it is your mind and heart do. And by noticing that, over time, we get a little bit better at noticing it and a little bit better at not trying to fix it. By contrast, is this awake intuitive awareness that's already here, that is much more reliable, is already at peace. It itself isn't actually rushing or dreading the next thing to happen. Okay, so it's just noticing the conditioned mind, what it's doing, what that feels like. And by contrast, without actually even trying, we will recognize, okay, but that's not me. There's all of this deep inside that's already at peace and is intelligent. Okay, have fun with that.